sweaty guy's moving around you and you're like trying to dodge him, right? And then I don't know, maybe I'm going to the wrong concerts, but every once in a while, especially outside concerts, all of a sudden you see a group of people and they do something like this. Well, that's because throw up guy is right in that circle. And I don't know, maybe my standards are a little high. Maybe I'm a little bit picky. But you know, throwing down $50 for a concert, a good time is not standing behind tall guy listening to Talker Girl and trying to avoid sweat and throw up. Right? That's not really my most favorite thing that I do. Sometimes it's so bad it makes me want to go shopping and take Excedrin, right? Vomit, right? There's a good one. Pretty much everyone thinks vomit's disgusting. You're thinking, man, that bridges, cultural gaps, different belief systems, different ethnicities, different nationalities. Pretty much everyone thinks vomit is disgusting. And why is it that little kids cannot throw up in the bathroom? Why can't they make it to the bathroom? And that's why mom always gives little Junior a big bowl to throw up in. And the weird thing about that is it's always the popcorn bowl. Right? I mean, it's the popcorn bowl. It's why you make popcorn out of it that made the kid sick in the first night, and then we're just going to get that stuff back out there and put it back in the bowl. I don't know why kids are that way. I had one daughter actually that sort of was not that way. I had one daughter, even when she was a little toddler, she would get sick in the middle of the night. And she would throw up, and then she would clean up, and then she would come tell us when we put her back in bed, perfect. Then I had another daughter. Not that way at all. Her room was in the basement. And so sometimes when she wasn't feeling very well, I would go down with her, tuck her in, and this is how we would pray that night. I'd say, Dear Jesus, please, 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 help my little girl who will not get sick tonight, but if she gets sick tonight, please, please, please help her make it to the bathroom. And if she can't make it to the bathroom, please help her to throw up in the popcorn bowl. And if she's on her way to the bathroom and she ditched the popcorn bowl, please, 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 Jesus, allow her to throw up in the trash can by the door in her room. And so you're calling on like this supernatural help, right? But then also, you're going to invoke a little parent coaching. And so I'd sit down with her and I'd talk to her and say, okay, honey, now, if you get sick, I think you're going to be okay, but if you get sick, if you feel like you're going to throw up, then what you need to do is you just need to get out of bed and walk into the bathroom, which is like 3 feet away. And you just need to go in there and it's going to be okay. And Mommy and Daddy, we're going to hear you and we're going to come running. We'll take care of you, okay? Okay, Daddy. I said, you know what, if you're there and you don't feel like you can make it to the bathroom, Mom has given you the popcorn bowl. Just throw up in the popcorn bowl. It'll be okay, all right? Oh, okay, Daddy. And if you're on your way to the bathroom and you just can't make it, I cleaned out the trash can that's right by your door. You can just throw it in the trash can. We're going to hear you. We're going to come running. We're going to take care of you. Okay? Okay? Okay, Daddy. And so I go to bed. And then here's what happens that night. Daughter wakes up, and she takes the popcorn bowl, and she pushes it aside. And she gets out of bed, and she walks through her room, and she walks past her door in the trash can that is right there. And she walks past the bathroom, and she walks through the basement, up the stairs, and she walks up onto the tiled floor of the kitchen, past the kitchen sink, through the front room, down the hallway past another bathroom. She walks into our room. She walks around to my side of the bed. And very quietly and very sweetly she says, Daddy, I'm going to throw up. Now, I could have been in a coma for like 6 months. I could have taken 17 Tylenol PM. I could have just run a marathon. But the minute I hear my little girl very softly say, Daddy, I'm going to throw up, my body looks like it's just been tasered. Right? And so I sweep up my little girl and we're running as fast as we can to make it into the bathroom, and it's like I'm carrying this human sprinkler. And you arrive just in time for her to be finished. And so you get everything taken care of, you get everything, get your daughter all cleaned up, you put her back into bed, get that all settled. And then there's this bizarre, weirdo conversation that begins to happen between husband and wife. Because if husband's taking care of the daughter and all that, then husband's going to go to wife and say, yeah, she threw up all over the floor, you're going to have to, it's all over the carpet, you have to clean that up. And wife's going to say something like this, no, I'm the poop person. And when you get married, you never dream that your wife would say, I'm the poop person. But that's what she said, because God in His mercy brings husband and wives together. One of them can handle cleaning up vomit, the other one can handle cleaning up poop. And so before you have the child, you negotiate that. But years of being a parent, having multiple kids, weighs on you, and you lose all track of what you're responsible for. Let the negotiations begin. And it's in the carpet, right? And it's kind of like found a home that it doesn't want to leave. All right? It's like moving from Wyoming to Colorado. It's like, no, we're good. We're not going back. I've left the inner city of Detroit and I've found the promised land. I'm not going back. And so you bring in rug doctor, you get chemical cleaners, you get bleach. I mean, you do everything that you can possibly do. But I'll tell you this. If you have a dog, I mean, no matter what you do until that dog dies, every day it'll go to that spot and just lick that carpet. Every day. And whose idea was carpet? Anybody grew up in the 70s? I mean, I kind of grew up in the 70s. Good, there's like 8 people here as old as me. Good. Well, in the 70s, carpet was like this huge thing. People were putting like carpet on the dash of their cars. Inside of vans, they would like carpet everything. Some homes had carpet like halfway up on their wall. People were putting carpet in their kitchen. And a lot of people were even putting carpet in their bathroom. How good idea was that? I can promise you that no mom of little boys had that idea in mind, right? I can just see the contractor. Let me get this right there, Mrs. Jones. We want to remodel. We want to do something different here in the bathroom. Is that right? Okay. And let me get this right. You have 8 small boys? Okay. 2 husbands. Okay. And your 3 brothers all live here, right? And you all share the same bathroom. Is that right? Okay. Well, here, I'll tell you what we're going to do. What we're going to do is we're going to go into your restroom. We're going to rip out that linoleum that's right up next to the shower, right next by the bathtub. We're going to rip that linoleum up. You know that silly tile you have around the toilet? Yeah, we're going to get rid of that stuff. And what we're going to do is bring in a number 4 shag. It's going to be orange, and we're going to put that right up against the shower. Right, as close as we can get to the tub. And then we're going to make sure it's sealed up extra nice around the toilet bowl, just in case there are any misses. Or overflows, or whatever the case may be. It's horrible getting sick. I think the only advantage of getting sick is sometimes you get to take NyQuil. Right? Anybody got NyQuil right now? Right on, all right? Sometimes I'll just feign a cough a little bit or act a little snuffy so that I don't even know what the word snuffy means. I'll act that way just so I can take a shot of NyQuil. Right? It's kind of like Christian whiskey. And it comes with a little shot glass and everything, right? Throw that down. And you don't feel guilty or anything. And there's a warning label on NyQuil that says, if you take this with alcohol or you take this with other sedatives, it may cause drowsiness. And man, if you're sick, that's not a warning, that's like a promise you are clinging to. Right? Labels are these weird things. You ever seen those fix-a-flat things that they have? You know, if you get a flat tire, you can just kind of attach it and it fills your tire up. Well, I saw one of those, and the warning on it was, do not weld to your rim. I mean, is there some guy that loves his wife that much he's going to do that? Yeah, honey, we're not even going to put that, it's Mother's Day, all right? We're not even going to put that thing in the trunk. I'm going to weld that on the rim for you. Right? Our vacuum cleaner says, do not use to pick up gasoline. And for a guy like me,